What would you like to discuss, my dear?
Oh, well, thank you so much. Update on Lily.
Yes,
Been going to the tavern,
yes.
having fun. But what I want to talk to you about is she's getting ready to do channelings for uh, the parallel lives.
Well, won't that be exciting?
Oh, it's very exciting. I'm very excited about it.
Yes,
And she's had me, I realize that I know of probably 18 or 20 of my parallel lives.
yes.
And I've
Which
been
allows you to feel a little bit more like a collective oversoul perspective.
Yes, thank you. And I went in researching. I got Bashar that gave some information on the Oversoul, but then Lily told me when I was thinking about how can we experience the Oversoul, when I was thinking about this in June, and she said that through the parallel lives, that connections is how you get to experience the Oversoul.
That's certainly one way.
Yeah, and that's the way that excited me. So
All
I'm
right.
getting all the information
Yes.
about my lives and
All
putting
right.
that together.
Well, this is another reason, as a parallel reality specialist, why we created the pin charts that we told you about
Yes.
before. Because it allows you to understand your connection to lives, upline and downline, and contemporary. And it gives you one of the abilities to understand the oversoul perspective as you might translate and relate it into your physical reality as well.
Oh my God, I'm shaking again.
Oh, all right. Well, have fun with that.
Divinorum again.
All right.
Anyway, but what I wanted to talk to you about is how do you work with people and who do you work with as a parallel reality specialist?
Well, a variety of beings that are interested in exploring the idea of fusing together a greater perspective of themselves in a variety of ways for a variety of purposes. So, as you say, it is the idea of working with a version of the idea of the Oversoul, but it is also an opportunity to understand more aspects of time and the fluidity of it and the illusion of it.
What's the mechanics of it? Do you do like a version of pin charts for them or?
Yes, the pin charts are primary within the particular agenda that we use.
Okay. Um,
This is done through what you would understand as a kind of a hypnotic state, though.
oh, really?
Oh, yes, really. I would not lie to you about that.
No, I know. So tell me about that. They're in.
Well, you do have to understand something that's a little bit different for us than it is for all of you at this particular point, because remember, we are now generations removed from the arrival of the hybrids on your planet, and so we are much more blended. You understand?
Right,
And so we have this substance called divinorum,
right.
which is kind of similar to the idea you understand as an ayahuasca mix, but it is very different and it is, in some senses, also calibrated to the idea of hybrids. It is not something that you have at this point,
Right.
and it is not something that you can use. The idea hypnosis will actually form a similar pattern of energy within the consciousness that will allow for a stronger way of getting in touch with the different parallel existences that you may have made connections to and allow you to engage with them, not only that, but also bring them together in kind of a holistic system where you can see glimpses, at least, of the perspective of the oversoul as it relates to physical reality that you are experiencing. So the form of hypnosis can begin with the first level of mastery that we just gave to you, where you are sitting between the tree and the brook and allowing the heartbeat and the breath to match the wind and the babbling. And going into that altered state, specifically that altered state, can allow you to go into the appropriate hypnotic state to allow for connection to be recognized between different parallel lives. Yes?
Okay.
So that's one way you can begin it if you wish, or you can use whatever hypnosis technique you may have that you believe might be effective in your planet and the way you would like to do it, the way you are passionate about doing it then.
Well, I just telepathically talk with all my lives.
Well, you can do that too.
Yeah.
But if you're talking about working with others,
Other people.
they may need another way.
Is it possible, because I sort of experienced this with Lily, where I was talking with one woman and then Lily sort of connected her with her parallel life.
Well, that can happen, yes. You can
Oh.
do it that way. Like I said, whatever way works for you best.
Yeah, that was fabulous because she actually got to talk to her parallel life in 1865.
That can be one way to get them used to the vibration of that so that in the future they may be able to take up that conversation on their own. It's sort of like giving them an entrainment or a vibration that they can use as a marker to pinpoint that particular parallel life for themselves.
Right. That's how I feel that that Lily will be coming through and working in that way.
All right, then if that's what excites you, by all means, walk down that path.
Tell me about, I know she has her inn, the
Yes.
Stargazer Inn, and I go and visit her, and it's fabulous.
Well, you understand that that's a different stargazer inn.
What do you mean? You told me that was her inn.
The idea of stargazer is someone who has the stargazer in. Lily is connected to it, but not exactly in the way that you might think. This is a story for another time. But the idea is that she is familiar with the stargazer in, but stargazer herself is another being.
Oh, you told me in
I
December.
told you something different.
No, you told me
Oh,
that
no,
she
I
has
told you something
the
different.
the Stargazer Inn. That was her inn, and go to the
I'm
tavern.
saying that she is connected to it, but not in the way that you think. There is another level to this and another chapter to this. And we gave you the basics, but we did not give you all the details of exactly her relationship to the Stargazer Inn. So it's not exactly the idea that she owns the inn and runs the inn. Stargazer does that. But Lily has a very important place in that inn, but it is a little bit different than you think. So we will let you discover some of that on your own until next time, when we will give you more details about that.
Okay, because that's really confusing.
I understand, but it doesn't have to be. We simply gave you the most simple version of the idea of her connection. But don't assume what that connection means, because there is a lot more detail to it.
Because you told me to go there, talk to her. She's the hub.
I understand.
For it.
I understand. But hub means many different things.
Okay.
It doesn't mean that she's serving drinks.
No.
Stargazer does that.
Okay.
You understand? They work together.
Then why am I going to the inn to see Lily all the time, like you suggested?
I just told you, she hangs out there a lot. And she is very important to the inn.
Okay.
And she uses the inn as a hub for certain things. But it's not because she runs the inn.
Right.
She runs what happens in the inn in a certain way.
Ah.
So you're just making an assumption on your own about what it is that she does in the inn. It's Stargazer that runs the inn overall, as you would understand how
Right.
people run restaurants
Yes.
on your planet.
Yeah.
But Lily does something else in the inn that acts as a hub for people to come and experience something very different while they're in the inn.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
So let that clarify within yourself as you move forward, and we will discuss this with you at another time as well.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Willa.
A good day to you.
I wanted to thank you for co-creating this interaction.
It is always our pleasure, Cookie.
Thank you.
Oh, by the way,
Yes.
some of you received some cookies, did you not? You're welcome.
I wanted to say that right now, at this stage of my life, I feel that I'm more than ever, I'm ready to be of service to humanity in a way of anchoring and transmitting love and light into this dimension.
Well, and how would you like to go about doing that then?
I'm feeling excited about idea of trance channeling. I wanted to see if you can assist
Well, it's
me in
not
that.
really a trance love. It's a state of heightened connection then. Do you understand the difference?
Can you elaborate?
Certainly I can, and it would be my pleasure to do so. The idea is it's not really a trance. It's a focus of association, higher level association and connectivity in the brain. You are conscious in a variety of different ways other than the way you might be conscious right now. But it is really a misunderstanding to call it a trance, because that implies that you're not really involved in the process, when in fact, it's about time you all became much more involved in your process of channeling yourselves. Remember that your personalities are artificial constructs, are they not? They are projections of your consciousness, are they not? Therefore, you're all channeling your personalities into existence right now. You never really stop channeling, do you?
Correct.
So you're already channeling. It's just about how you'd like to go about it. That might be an expression you're more passionate about. Yes? So how would you like to put yourself out there and be of service to others by channeling yourself in a different way than you're channeling now?
Okay, so it's about integration.
It's about integration, yes.
Yes.
Whole systems, yes.
Okay.
Is this helping you at all?
Well, it's kind of an idea that, well, I know that, but is there anything like my next step you would be
Well, how would you like to go about it? What would you like the scenario to look like? Would you like people to be asking questions through you?
possibly, yes.
All right, well, why don't you gather some people to ask some questions and see what happens then?
Okay. So
Because
to
you
that-
understand if
making
you're
the first
just
step.
doing it yourself, there's nowhere else for the information to go except to you. So why would you need to do it in any other way than the way you're already doing it to receive what you need to receive? But if you have someone asking you a question, then you can, in a sense, sort of step aside and allow the information to be grounded in them, just like an electric circuit.
Okay, I get it.
Yes?
All right. Also, I wanted to share this last week. We went to my friend and I. We went to Mount Shasta for this sacred journey that was planned out, by our higher selves, I guess.
You
And,
guess?
oh,
You're guessing
yeah,
now.
I know.
Your higher self says they're
yes.
guessing now.
Yes, and everything was great. And I just wanted to describe our last day. We decided to go on top of the mountain, and we got stuck. We got trapped on the rocks, where we couldn't get out from, and we had to call for help for the rescue team.
Yes?
And I got rescued, but my friend had to stay there and spend a night on top of the mountain.
And what
Because-
happened to your friend then?
I was asking like everyone for help, my other selves, all these ascended masters, and they all told me that he's fine. It was planned by him, by his own higher self, and that he's gonna have deep experiences over there. So,
And what did you learn from the minerals in the mountain then?
well, I learned how to connect to myself on a more deeper level.
And what did your friend learn?
I guess about same experience, but part of this question is on his behalf. He wanted to. He thinks that he had contact, but he doesn't remember, and he wanted to see what it was, and what kind of beings connected to him.
Well, as we can perceive the idea of the energy that's coming through from you and the energy that you're connecting to your friend with, it would seem to me that the nature spirits were there.
Lemurians.
So the contact was with the idea of the mountain that supported the event and the experience of going with the nature spirits, who then gave him a safe space and a bubble reality in which to reside until such time as he could then change that.
Okay.
So the contact was with the nature spirits.
Anything you can tell him? Any message?
Is he afraid to go back to the mountain?
I'm not sure.
You can ask. But there can be, because of that experience, because of him creating that synchronicity of having to stay there, there is an opportunity for him to learn that there can be some mastery learned in that same environment. If he wants to go back and commune with those spirits, they're willing. They're willing to engage.
Okay.
You can tell him that.
All right. Also, I had an experience after the meditation, being at the bottom of the mountain waiting for him at night, and after I finished the meditation, I saw this sphere, white sphere, and a triangle in it, and I walked through it, and I found myself in the tunnels, like it felt physical. So I was just going down these tunnels, up and down, right and left, and then I found myself in a larger type of a room, or maybe a city. It felt like an inner Earth city, and I saw this girl that really resonated with me.
All right, I'm going to stop you right there for the moment.
Okay.
The idea to understand is that is not inside the Earth, but what you did is walk through a portal.
Okay.
And you were in another dimension that may seem to many of you to be actually inside your planet, but it's not. Now, this is very important because it begins to teach you that there are different layers to your reality. There are different layers to the idea of the Earth that contain multiple dimensional levels that are still connected to what may seem to be a very physical reality, but it is not the physical reality that you started in.
Okay.
So it gives you an opportunity to understand that this is something you haven't really charted yet. And this is something that we can wax upon at some point in the future, that there are different dimensional layers that surround your Earth and interpenetrate your Earth. And the portals are responsible for being the doorways that can connect you to those things, even though they don't actually exist physically inside the Earth itself.
Okay.
That'll have to do for now, Cookie.
All right, thank
So
you.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Anyone else then?
Hello, greetings.
Greetings to you then.
I have more of an experience that I'd like to share and make it as brief as possible. Not much of a question. This time last year, I was in Brazil in a glorious rainforest.
Speak up, my dear. Speak up, my dear.
Okay, great. So this time last year, I was in Brazil in a rainforest, and I sat in a babbling brook that was flowing from the glorious mountains in the Brazilian rainforest. And
Well, aren't you a little bit ahead of the class?
I actually feel like I was initiated because there was a very mystical and whimsical tree
Yes.
that sat right behind me in front of the river, just as you described the position should have been, and that's exactly the experience that I had. And it was
right,
such a
then.
beautiful experience
Yes, it
also with
is.
the smells, because it started to produce a wonderful smell.
That's another level of it.
Yes, and I also recall that the tree, as huge as tall as it was not truly anchored into soil. It looked like it was as floating, in a sense, semi-floating atop of a large boulder that was also into the river.
Yes, there are air roots as well.
Yes, it was a very beautiful experience. So I want to thank you very much for delving into that today.
It is our pleasure.
Yes, and it felt like an initiation again.
That it was.
And I look forward to immersing myself further into the cryptic world. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and thank you for your synchronous understanding of how the class was to begin.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. And is there a third who would like to chat?
Here I am.
All right then.
I'd like to start off by saying hello from someone else. Hello from Jess Bearer. She's down in Australia doing the cryptic work, and
All right then. Send our regards.
I will. Thank you very much. My heart's beating pretty fast like a rabbit. I think a fox is chasing me or something.
That might be me,
It might be.
in my shapeshifter form as the fox.
When you were describing the meditation to go through with the trees and the brook, really the environment around me changed. It really felt like white mist came and enveloped the whole room, and I focused completely on the body that you're channeling through now, and it was really a powerful thing.
That's the crystallization of the electromagnetic energy that the nature spirits use. So sometimes they will engage themselves within the idea of the cryptic meditation as well to aid and assist and bring you along. So you're getting a preview of the idea of the crystallization of the electromagnetic energy then.
It's very exciting.
It is very exciting. There are many different kinds of phenomenology that go along with starting the path of the cryptic. Many of you will experience similar things like this and different things. And it will give you an indication of exactly where your strengths lie. And it can give you an understanding then of exactly the path of least resistance for you in moving forward along the path of the cryptic as to what different kinds of phenomenology may pop up and appear before your eyes or in your senses when you are doing these first steps into the first level of mastery.
It really synced up with me when you had mentioned the idea that it was hypnotic. I had done the spiral meditation from the Bashar that really, to me, felt like a kind of self-hypnotism that really helped me adjust and adjust beliefs and really change my reality. And synchronicities started really happening a lot.
Aye, that's the way it works then.
So I'm excited to continue this journey, and
By all means, please do so.
thank you very much.
And we welcome you.
My love to you and Bashar.
Our love to you as well.
Thank you.
Hello, Willa.
And we greet you this day.
It's a pleasure to speak with somebody so wise. I appreciate your
You
wisdom.
can't be talking about me then.
Thank you. I want to talk about a concept that I call green utopia. And I brought this up the other day with Bashar. And I'd like some advice on how to enjoy and experience the path of most allowance in that creation of the version of Earth that I prefer.
But you know, the messenger has already given you the formula. What would be different from that then, except to be following your passion to the best you can with no insistence on the outcome? Why would you think there'd be a different formula for that?
I don't think there'd be a different formula. Sometimes I'm challenged to be calm and enjoy and trust the path.
Well, that's part of the process then for you, isn't it, dearie?
Yes. And
So then you're doing the right thing, aren't you, by facing those challenges with a good heart and a positive sense of your well-being.
yes. Yes.
Well, that's all you got to do. It's all you've got to do. You don't have to overcomplicate it, unless you really want it to be more complicated. Do you enjoy the complications?
I actually enjoy simplifying the complications.
Well, then you have to give yourself a complication first before you can simplify it, can't you?
Yes. And I work with a lot of physicists and biologists, and they really enjoy complicating it.
And that's all right, because the irony is that they're looking for simplification through the complications that they create.
It's true. It's true.
I know that's probably why I said that.
And you mentioned pins and other dimensions, and I've been enjoying
Pin charts.
Pin charts. Can you tell me about pin charts?
A pin chart is simply a way of calibrating and demonstrating and showing the idea of the different connections you have to different parallel lifetimes that are simultaneously existing, some of which may overlap with your contemporary self and are called counterparts, some of which may be upline, what you call the future, some of which may be downline, which you call the past, some of which may be in parallel realities, hence the pin parallel incarnation. So it's a way of simply creating a three-dimensional chart of all the different connections that you may have going on simultaneously right now, so you can understand yourself more holistically from a type of oversoul point of view.
Oh, fabulous. I have this sense, or this is at least how I experience it, that all of these parallel realities are right here, right now.
Of course
and all
they
of
are.
This.
There's nowhere else for them to be, love.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
there is only here and there is only now. So everyone has to share the same space and the same time.
And it's very visceral for me, and sometimes I find myself enjoying observing or experiencing these parallels.
Yes, well, it's very visceral for us as well. That's why I'm a parallel reality specialist.
It's fabulous. And Bashar was telling me that I have a tendency to pop
You have a
into-
what then, dear?
Tendency to...
What then, dear? You're making a choice, are you?
Yes.
Not a tendency, is it?
Yes, you're
Thank
correct.
you very much.
You're correct. I really am enjoying it, popping into other versions and the pliability of it all.
All right, well, you're getting a little ahead of the class, because that's the shapeshifter and nocturnal levels,
Okay.
where you start really establishing connections with the parallel versions, and you start allowing yourself to connect so strongly that you can actually represent the shape of one of those parallel versions. That's not the original shape that you're showing now. That's the secret of shape-shifting. You don't change the molecules of your body. You actually simply take on the reflective aspect of other parallel selves that may look very different than the way you look by connecting to different aspects of nature and yourself in those different parallel realities, some of which may look similar and some of which may not. So you're actually showing a reflection of a parallel reality to those that then are capable of receiving and perceiving it. You don't actually change the molecular structure of your body to shapeshift.
That really explains a lot. Thank you so much.
Yes, it does.
Thank you.
It's like looking at a hall of mirrors and all the different angles that you see yourself, except that some of the angles in the reflections of the mirrors look nothing like you.
Yes, sometimes I look down and my arms are different kind of arms or things like that. And
That's correct. That's how it works, though. It's the idea that everything is a reflection in an infinite hall of mirrors. That's the thing that the shapeshifters understand and can use to their advantage in that way, by making a stronger connection and identification more and more, as we have begun to discuss, from the oversoul point of view, so that they can reflect and represent many of the different aspects of their parallel connections to those around them.
it's fabulous. And it's one and all related to animals and plants and the oneness. And I like that too.
And let me tell you another thing about the shapeshifters, because many of you don't really have an understanding of how it looks when they actually shift their shape. Because the idea has been presented in many of your movies and so forth and television shows, that you will just see the body sort of morphing and changing from one shape to another, but that's not actually how it looks. The way it looks is more like the idea that you would call the flipping of the pages of a book, where each page is a slightly different shape until they go from the shape they were to the shape they wish to be. So you're actually seeing them go through all the different variations to get from here to there.
I really
It can
enjoy
happen
that.
so fast that you barely notice it, but that's actually what happened, and many shapeshifters can slow that process down for you. So you actually see them going through that process, and it's like the flipping of the pages of a book.
Yes, that explains some other experiences too. I much enjoyed watching that frame by frame that happens a billion times a second.
That's because they are
progress in
revealing
front
that it
of
is
me.
a frame-by-frame experience, as we have, and the messenger has already told you, the idea of your shifting through billions of parallel realities is a frame-by-frame experience then, and so the shapeshifters have the ability to actually demonstrate that if they wish, each and every frame that they shift through.
And everybody has that ability. They're just
You do,
unaware.
it's just that it's happening so automatically, and you create this illusion of continuity that you don't really notice it, but you can slow it down and you can start to see it.
Yes,
And that's what the shapeshifters do. That's what they have learned to do.
very fun.
Well, that is the third level of mastery.
And then there's 5 levels.
The nocturnal comes next after the cryptic, and that's getting in touch with the idea of the parallel realities and a few other things. And then the shapeshifter is third. And then the sage, what you would call the idea of the wizards and sorcerers and so on and so forth. That's the fourth. And then the fifth is called the wraith, where you are, in a sense, capable of becoming a quasi-physical being and having connections to the spirit world while still manifesting the idea of spirit on the physical plane as well.
Fabulous.
Yes, it is. And we'll get there eventually in the ideas that we will share with you. But first, we must start at the first step and the first stage of the cryptic so that you anchor yourself like the roots of a tree to Gaia and the earth, so that you may be very stable when you start to stretch out and explore these higher energies, and so that you do not lose your way. Because it can become very confusing when you stretch out to those other dimensions. You don't want to lose yourself or lose the theme that you're exploring. So anchoring yourself solidly in physical reality by communing with nature in a variety of ways is the first stage.
Okay.
Does this help you then?
It does very much. And
All
I think
right,
I'll
then.
save my other questions for our next communication.
Yes, because now we have some other things that are important for us to say before this time for us ends and the messenger returns.
Thank you, Willa.
So thank you for your chit-chat. So here at this time is what we would like to share with each and every one of you, because we understand that there are some very important changes happening in your societies at this time with the revelation of secrets and the idea of the balancing of the male and the female energies on your planet, which is of paramount importance at this time. Let us give you a different understanding of history. Man, and when we say man, we mean the male of the species, has been attempting to do something now for a little while on your planet. It began most in earnest with the idea that you called the space race, where men attempted to get something into orbit. This is because of an understanding that is unconscious that something needs to happen to create balance in the world within the males. They have been attempting to create their own moon. Earth, what you call the Gaia, is often understood to have the feminine energy, the Mother Earth. The moon, as you know it, also is a reflection of feminine energy in many ways. Men have no moon, but they need to have a moon. And so what we will tell you this day as a little surprise, not that this is an absolute, but you'll find now that as you begin to shift and choose different parallel versions of Earth, you are exhibiting what the messenger would call a 75% probability of going down the path we are about to describe. And therefore we are allowed to share this idea with you as a sneak peek to the probability that may happen sometime between what you call now and 150 years from now, Earth will capture an asteroid in orbit and have 2 moons. You'll still have the feminine moon, but now the small asteroid will orbit faster around the Earth, and it shall be called the Sentinel moon, and that will be the man's moon. And when you see that moon in the sky, and man will have his own moon, will the Earth be in balance and harmony between the male and the female. For man knows this is missing. This balance reflection is missing from the male on your planet. And that is why man has been attempting to put something in orbit all this time. That is what they are missing, is the sentinel moon that allows there to finally be a symbol of reflection for the balancing of the male and the female energy within mankind. And this is the beginnings that you are seeing now, where there is all of this disruption and all of this coming out about the idea of the female expressing their power now and not allowing the idea of the fear-based beliefs that have been harbored in the hearts of men for so long to continue on your planet. This is the beginning of the breaking up and the shaking up of this idea that will, in all probability, if you continue along this path, reflect itself ultimately in the second sentinel moon. For in my time, something that has not been shared with you yet, Earth has these 2 moons. We thank you for allowing us to share this sneak peek into the probable reality path that you are walking down at this time. And we invite you to continue along that path, my cookies, so that you may join in the world that is the path that leads to my reality, where we can express the 6th hybrid race to its fullest form, and eventually one day, 300 years upline from me and 1,000 years ahead for you, begin to take all the 6 hybrid races and blend them into the 7th, which is something that will never have been seen before in this particular universe. The Anuhet. We thank you for this opportunity to experience the great love that pours from your hearts and allowing our heart to pour into yours. Our unconditional love to you, my cookies, and we wish you the best of days. Good day to y'all then. Did you enjoy your time with Willa? All right. So we may continue now, if you wish, with your questions and dialogues for us.
Hi, Bashar.
And you good day.
It's a great joy to connect with you.
And you as well.
I have actually 3 statements that I want to share with Willa, but it's okay.
She'll get them.
Okay. So I want to say to Willa that she has brought a lot of excitement, happiness, joy, play, and inspiration to my heart, for which I want to thank you.
All right. She says you're welcome.
So for these 3 statements, first, the idea is that this summer I have been working in the Yellowstone National Park.
Yes.
And I've spent around 1 month exploring the idea of being a housekeeper.
All right.
And as I was doing this, a thought came onto my mind that housekeeping is also a form of expression, a language, but a different type of expression of the same language that could be, for example, experienced through music. So a musician could be, for example, giving off certain vibrations through its music, and so could a painter through his paintings.
Yes.
And this same effect that a musician would have on a person listening to its music, a housekeeper could have by the right structurization of energy.
It's all a form of art.
Yes, giving off certain frequencies by creating this resonating energy field in the right way.
Absolutely.
So regardless of the form, the effect that one person gets from music, another person could get from something else entirely, such as
Absolutely.
housekeeping, even though it could be perceived as completely irrelevant or small or not important.
It is not irrelevant at all.
So no matter how it seems through these different symbols and reflections, it is always the same thing, same language which is being said, the language of existence and
Yes.
all that is that we are a
Yes.
part of.
In the different dialects.
Yes, and in that way always reflecting the oneness between all things.
Yes.
My second statement, everything always reaches for the highest expression of itself. In that way, it is the most self-realized version and most true for itself, most
Yes.
pure vibration, and in that sense, showing all that is what it really is, so it can know itself.
Yes.
Because existence is always about what is and is and is,
Yes.
constantly defining and creating itself anew. And so when
Yes.
something can be so integrated at such a high level of energy with such high vibrations, it shows that it is really true.
Yes.
So
That is the meaning behind the biblical phrase, I am that I am.
yes. So when we look at something, the idea is that we would perceive as very simple, such as the flower of a plant. Even a plant has its own awareness of itself, and the flower
Absolutely.
being a part of it. But this expression of there being a flower which grows out from the plant shows its unique beauty, higher energetical form, and represents its connection to the non-physical energy from which it comes from and all that is.
Yes.
And so in the same way that a plant has its flower, and in that way the symbol of oneness and reflection of connection to everything, a mountain as a collective consciousness of first density energy also has its peak, and showing this connection to the non-physical.
Yes.
And the bigger picture in its own way. Or even
Yes.
a rock would have with also a human, through its different expressions of excitement which are unique to everyone.
Yes, absolutely.
And my third name is third statement is a name of the song I want to share. It's called Ghost Lullaby. It's from a computer game called Crayon Physics. This song is very dear to me, so I want to share it. And maybe if you can tap into that reality and our YouTube, you can listen to it. And also I want to share to Villa that I am doing and exploring channeling on my own, and I'm connecting with the Yael and the Arcturian selves. So I want to invite Villa maybe to connect with us sometimes, or anyone from that reality. If someone is interested, they would be
Others
very
in
much
that
welcome.
reality will connect. Will is on a different path.
Thank you. And I would love to visit that reality maybe sometimes during my dreams.
We will see.
Thank you.
But thank you for your sharing.
Hello.
And a you good day.
Thank you. I also wanted to talk to Willa, but she'll hear.
She will know.
She will know. It's so weird. When I come up here with you, I feel all silly and good. And then with Will, I started to get nervous. So I'm just like breathing.
Oh, all right. Why so?
I don't know. I love the earth so much that sometimes I almost feel like I'm going to start to cry.
Well, that's all right, because you're centering yourself. Again, it gives you an opportunity to release negative beliefs or things that are simply no longer relevant for you, which always create chemical components in the body that when you let them go have to be washed out, and more often than not that happens through tears. So again, releasing through tears of old beliefs is a form of centering, a form of matching the frequency of the reality you prefer. So that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. So I spent about 17 to 20 years camping in woods with trees, with rivers, with lakes all
Yes.
across the United States and Europe.
Yes.
And one of the things that I wanted to ask Willa was, do I have some of the cryptic abilities with all of that time already without even knowing about her?
To some degree, yes, of course. It's a natural thing many people can gravitate to without necessarily knowing that such things have been enhanced in the future.
Because I don't remember actually seeing nature spirits. I remember pretending I'm talking to them and playing, and
You thought you were pretending.
I thought I was pretending, yes.
But again, it's one way of beginning to lay the foundation for communication that you will recognize as actual communication. So it's all right to play. Eventually, when you bring yourself into a higher resonance of being a cryptic, it will become more obvious that there is actually communication happening. Right now, you can continue to pretend to lay out the template for the communications that can occur later that you will recognize as actual communications. But they're also giving you a chance to acclimate to their energy in a variety of ways, and they also do need to acclimate to you.
Okay. I do have a lot of writings in my journals. If I went back, I'm sure there would be certain things, but
Yes. In fact, some of the communication actually did wind up in some of the things that you wrote.
yeah, I feel that. I want to be able to open more
Go right ahead.
and use that or enhance it or
Nobody is
offer it.
stopping you.
Okay. So I just came back from 3 weeks in the Sea of Cortez, living on a boat,
Yes.
snorkeling every day,
Oh,
dolphins, fish,
Yes.
seahorse, octopus,
Yes.
eels, beautiful crystal water, bioluminescence at night, all the stars crystal clear,
Yes.
wet all the time, and exploring underwater, a whole new experience for me, magical and
How exciting.
so exciting. So after the dolphins, the last one day in a storm, a whale beached itself in our cove. No one else is there.
Yes.
And I snorkeled out to it. And I didn't know if anything was wrong. I couldn't see any wounds, but it was very strange. And I didn't know what to do. I was talking to the whale and telling the whale about my friend who would know what to do if she was here, and telling about my friends. And then I just started to sing to the whale.
Yes.
And I love you songs and silly songs. And I didn't know what was going on, but finally I sang, and then half hour or more went by, and the whale, I could see the blows, and she was so beautiful. And then I left, and then the next morning when I woke up, I looked, and I couldn't tell, but I swam back, and she had transitioned. And so I saw the wound, and I got to touch her
Yes.
all over, and she was so beautiful. It was a different kind of whale. I don't even know.
You were given a great gift.
Yes,
As you
an
explored
honor.
that being's world, she was willing to come into your world and allow you a more immediate connection, willing to give herself in transition with that gift so that you could make the connection that you needed to make.
Wow. And so I know that I create my own meaning, and I was thinking, what meaning do I attach? So this is helping me tremendously. Thank you.
You are welcome.
I feel so honored.
The whale is still with you. Just because it's not physical doesn't mean it's not with you. It is now, in a sense, functioning as what used to be called a totem for you, an animal spirit guide. Yes?
Yes.
And it connects you more strongly then to the Sirius star system energy as well.
Is that star system all cetaceans, or is it
They're amphibious and have telepathic connections with dolphins and whales on your planet. So they function as a bridge and a link to the consciousness of the Sirius star system.
Are they physical?
They are, but there is also non-physical consciousness associated with the Sirius system, but there is a physical race of amphibious beings. They are called the Nomos.
The Nomos.
Yes. Nom-os. Os is their name for Sirius. Nom-os. I am from Sirius. Nom-os. That's what that means.
Wow. Okay, so I have two things that were the questions that went with these things.
Yes.
Because I was so living in the ocean and felt part of the ocean, and
Yes.
we washed dishes in the ocean, and then I pooped in the ocean.
Oh, all right.
And that was a huge thing for me because I've never done that in my life.
How fish-like of you.
I know, but my boyfriend told me that's what you do. It's okay. But it's really a weird experience. The water's crystal clear, right? And so anyway, I know whales poop and fish poop, and I had just never done this before. So I started to, as we washed the dishes in the ocean and the salt water in the ocean, and we would feed the fish the leftovers, they loved it. I thought about environmental things with the ocean and Mother Earth and how how does the water and the earth handle all of our stuff that goes from cities and...
When everything is in balance, it handles it just fine. There are many, many built-in filtration systems and many ways in which the molecular compositions of those things work to create more life on the earth. So as long as it's in balance, it works just fine.
I mean, I came here and I was going to ask you, is it okay that I pooped in the ocean?
Yes, yes, yes. It's fine.
It's fine, okay.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so...
You do understand, generally speaking, right, that no matter where it is you actually do that, it usually winds up in the ocean anyway?
It winds up in the ocean, yes. It does, I know.
So you just sort of cut out the middleman.
I know, it's such a... I felt like I was like 2 or 3, you know?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, potty training. Okay, so all of the species to the climactic whale, there's so many amazing things in that ocean and on land.
Yes.
And I just synchronistically came upon an artist that does beautiful illustrations, lifelike, of hybrids and different species. And,
Yes.
and she even had a picture of Willa.
Not exactly accurate.
Okay, because I thought the hair would be wilder. She had
It
it all
is,
sleek
and she does not have pointed ears.
Really? Okay.
She's not an elf.
Okay. Okay.
Many people on your planet think she does because she was once described as having elven-like features. But that's just a description of the shape of her face and the slightly larger eyes. She's not an elf. She does not have pointed ears.
Okay, that's so good. But the thing that happened was, in these beautiful paintings, was the first time I let go. I could feel fear just melting away. There was this love in the eyes of all the illustrations.
Yes.
That was beautiful. And I know maybe it's her filter of how she sees it, but I just started to think about, like, how vast the universe is, how amazing. And so then I came back to the hybrid kids, because they looked so cute in those illustrations with these big eyes and so intelligent looking. And I know I have
That's
hybrid
because
kids.
they are.
They are. So I wanted to connect more actively with my hybrid kids in dreams or before I go to bed. And I thought I could use these pictures as well. And
you can use any permission slip that works for you.
okay. So what I wondered was, when I was diving and swimming, were the hybrid kids with me experiencing?
Some of them, not all of them.
Not all of them.
No, but some of them took the opportunity to make a connection there and have some experience and draw from your experience a bit.
Because you spoke of one in Mother and Father where one was just so hot for tide pools. And so I thought of that one and how, look at this, look at this, look at this. You would just go nuts.
Yes.
Yeah. So
thank you for your sharing.
thank you. Thank you.
That's enough.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You are welcome.